Where is it? There we go. Set the background. Get this poll question going. Okay. All right, let's get a couple disclaimers out the way. You're going to need note-taking materials, virtual or physical, as well as second device. And you're going to use that second device to go to theturnarounddoctor.com, the 74 Principles of Real Leadership. And today we are in the natural section and we're talking about eliminate, minimize stress. So on your own, go ahead and inhale and exhale 3 times. Deep breaths. Okay, how did we get here? So how did we get here? We got here through neurogenesis, and neurogenesis is the creation. I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, neurogenesis is the creation of new neural pathways. Neurogenesis is the creation of new neural pathways and new neurons. Good morning. New neurons. And then you get to neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is the creation, taking those new neurons and creating new neural pathways. You combine that with the 74 principles of real leadership and the theory of personal accountability, and you get neuropability. And where does that magic happen? It happens in the frontal lobe. And it is designed for you to use the CEO of your brain, which is the executive function. So today we are talking about eliminate stress. We are talking about eliminate stress. And I would like to give you a physical representation of eliminate stress. So we're going to look at me today as I eliminate stress. Okay. So let's talk about eliminate stress. Now, for those of you visiting for the first time, here is what's taking place. I have already reviewed the 74 principles of real leadership. And if you'd like to find out an overview about them, go ahead and go to the 74 principles live tab, the 74 principles of real leadership tab. Scroll down to the bottom and work your way up. And you will find that there is an overview. And then I'm going through each individual principle of real leadership to the point where I'm defining each word so that you can understand it in all of its totality. And today we are in the knowledgeable section, the natural section of the principles of real leadership, and we're on number 2, and it is eliminate and minimize stress. Okay, so the definition of eliminate is completely remove or get rid of something. Completely remove or get rid of something. Completely remove or get rid of something. Completely remove it. Next is minimize. And the reason why in the book I have eliminate and minimize, because sometimes you just can't get rid of all of the stress until a certain time. You can't get rid of all of the stress. So minimizing it, getting it down to the smallest common denominator may be the best that you can do. And that's why it's eliminate or minimize stress. So what is the definition of minimize? Minimize is to reduce something, especially something unwanted or unpleasant, to the smallest possible amount or degree. Reduce something, especially something unwanted or unpleasant, to the smallest possible amount or degree. And then finally, stress. A state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. A state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. So what is it? Now, remember that stress is a natural human response. That's why we have an amygdala to tell us that something is happening. There's a problem over there. So it's natural, and it's a response to challenging or demanding situation that can cause mental tension and worry. It's there to say, hey, something is going on. It's an alert system, it's a feeling. And it can be triggered by events or thoughts that make some feel angry, nervous, or frustrated. So it can be triggered by events or thoughts that make some feel angry, nervous, or frustrated. So to eliminate or minimize stress, it means to reduce or completely remove the physical, emotional, or mental strain caused by challenging or demanding situations. So when you are eliminating or minimizing stress, it means that you are going to reduce or completely remove the physical, emotional, or mental strain caused by challenging or demanding situations. Now, eliminate stress refers to removing the source of the stress entirely. Good morning, Lola. The source of the stress entirely. Now, minimize stress means taking steps to reduce the intensity or the impact of stress, making it more manageable. So if you can eliminate the stress, gone forever. I want no contact with my immediate family, so I don't have issues with regards to them at all. Stress, gone. Now, minimize stress means taking steps to reduce the intensity or the impact of stress, making it more manageable. Nola and I do everything that we can in her business to make up an appointment as fluid as possible. But if we open up that box and there's a manufacturing defect, if we need 2 boxes and FedEx didn't deliver but 1, that's minimizing stress because we did everything that we possibly could, showed up on time, had the tools, had the resources, had the mental and physical capacity and the technical competence to put it together. And manufacturing defect, this thing is broke, this thing is bent, they didn't send a part, it's the wrong color. So those are things that are not in our control, but that's a minimization. But a whole get rid of it is me not talking to my immediate family members. Okay. All right, got it. So what questions do you have about eliminating or minimizing stress, the definition, before we get into why is it difficult to eliminate or minimize stress? So we defined eliminate, we defined minimize, we defined stress, and I just gave you 2 examples of how you can eliminate it completely or how you can minimize it. And good morning, Lola, if I haven't said good morning to you. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and answer the poll question. Ooh. Kevin said no questions. It's pretty much cut and dry. Got it. Shit. Nola has no questions. BQ, I think you meant NQ, Regina. Oh. All right. So why is it difficult to eliminate? Shit. I need to shave my head. That's what's happening. These ingrown hairs are. Give me a second. Fuck. Ooh, it hurts. So fucking stressful. Okay. Where was I? Damn, I got to sneeze. Fucking allergy. Shit. Whew. Give me a second. Where's my Here it is. All right, hold up. I gotta get some more hand sanitizer. No, we put hand sanitizer on the one of the lists. We need some more. Okay. Why is it difficult to eliminate stress? Number one, uncontrollable facts. So many stressors like job pressures, financial problems, or health issues are outside of your control. So these things that are outside of your control that you cannot control, like this damn ingrown hair in the back of my head. I can't fucking cut my hair. Just out of your control. Just how can you change the texture of your natural hair? Fuck. All right. Uncontrollable factors. Many stressors like job pressures, financial problems, or health issues are outside of your control. So that's why you wouldn't be able to eliminate or minimize stress. Number two, chronic exposure. So chronic exposure, repeated or long-term exposure to stress, it makes it harder to recover, or find relief. It keeps going. You just got to keep going to that job. You're married to the wrong person. You're in the life with the wrong person. You live in the house with the wrong person. You're just trying to make these friendships work, and it just doesn't work. It's just, every time you turn around, here comes the same thing, repeated over and over and over again, and your amygdala is so hijacked. There's nothing that you can do. You don't even remember where your frontal lobe is. And then personal habits is number three. Personal habits. So poor coping mechanisms, such as procrastination or negative thinking, can increase stress. So your poor coping mechanisms, you're going to go have a drink, you're going to eat something, you're going to overindulge, you're going to binge watch. And then procrastination, I don't feel like doing that. I don't have the motivation to do it. I'm not inspired. I'm not empowered. I just don't. And then negativity bias. We know we're hardwired for negativity bias. So just fuck it. All of that can increase your stress. And number four, again, I'm working on a different definition for emotional. Still haven't come to me yet, but it shall. Number four is emotional attachment. Stress can often stem from things you care about deeply. So relationship or goals, making it harder to distance yourself. So you have this attachment. You love this person. This person means something to you. You really like the job. You're a teacher. You like the students, but the administrators get on your fucking nerves. So now it's like, I want to stay because I know this is what I came here to do, but I want to leave because I want to choke the shit out the principal or whatever it is. Now that's making it hard for you to sever ties and eliminate it. Number five, lifestyle demands. Lifestyle demands. Modern life often involves task jumping. People say multitasking. You can't do it. It's actually task jumping. Deadlines and that constant connectivity, leaving little time for rest and reflection. I said this yesterday, and I will continue to say this, that you deserve 15 minutes or more every single day in your 16 to 18-hour day. I venture to say that you need a good 2 hours. Sometimes that's just not possible or probable, but at a minimum, you need 15 minutes to yourself, by yourself, with yourself, just to woosah and really just check in and say, hey, self, how you doing this morning? Hey, self, damn, this ingrown fucking hair. Give me a second. It's like pressing on my, this is where this wig is sitting too. Fuck. This stocking cap. Shit. This headband too. Whew. Fuck. All right. Okay. Where was I? Lifestyle demands. Modern life often involves task jumping, deadlines, and constant connectivity, leaving little time for rest and reflection. Right. So there is no time. You get to the end of your day and you don't fall asleep. You just conk out. And you just go into a comatose state, popular ambient, or tie one on. You need a little cocktail to wind down. And then you just wake up in the next day in the same thing and rinse and repeat. Back into the hustle bustle of the rat race. Number six is a lack of awareness or skills. So some people may not recognize their stress level or know effective ways to manage it. So you so used to being stressed, you don't even know you stressed no more. You just go to the doctor, they tell you got high blood pressure, you take the high blood pressure medication, you take salt out your diet, and then you go back to that stressful ass shit show of a life and blood pressure back up again, damn near at stroke level. So you don't even recognize it no more because you've been stressed out so long. So if we go back to number 2, it's the chronic exposure, just chronic, just here, it's just here, it's just here, it's just here, it's just here. So you just become accustomed to it. Now, managing stress typically requires consistent effort. So if you are going to manage your stress, you are going to have to focus on it. First, you're going to have to feel it, recognize it, feel it, and then do something about it. And it requires consistent effort and a combination of strategies tailored to your individual situation. And so that's why if you try, and I had to go to stress management when I was in the military, because that shit, training privates ain't no joke. It was really just stressing me the hell out. Plus I was dealing with my stepfather's fucking pervy ass antics and shit while I was in the military trying to recover from that shit. So throw all of that, come from a dysfunctional toxic ass family, and you're training privates 17 weeks at a time, you're going to be stressed. So it is tailored for each individual person. That's why you have to know what stresses you out. You can't go by what stresses somebody else out because all of us are individual people. So you have to recognize your own stressors. So again, 1 through 6, why is it so difficult to eliminate? Fuck this doggone ingrown hair. Okay. Where was I? Uncontrollable factors. Okay. So to eliminate or minimize stress, there are 6. Number 1, uncontrollable factors. Number 2, chronic exposure. Number 3, personal habits. Number 4, emotional attachment. Number 5, lifestyle demands. And number 6, lack of skills or awareness. And here they go at this motherfucking golf course. I'm so sick of it. They act like this the only damn hole on the golf course. Can y'all hear that? Fuck, I'm trying to talk. These damn birds fucking chirping this shit. The fuck? Ain't nobody got time to be hearing that shit this morning. The fuck are they happy for? All this damn noise. Shit. Fuck. All right, so what questions do y'all have about 1 through 6? If you need me to repeat one, tell me which one you ain't fucking hearing. Which one y'all want to hear? Let me know if you got them. Thumbs up or something. Shit, this fucking. Now I'm having a fucking hot flash. Fuck. This new damn fan. Fuck. What you mean you ain't hear the noise? We in the same damn house. How you ain't hear it? We in the same fucking house. How you didn't hear it? Now I'm crazy? Let me guess. It's perimenopause. It's perimenopause. Is that what it is? All right. Anybody else got any questions? Did y'all get them all? 1 through 6. Stress is contagious. Stress is contagious. I was waiting on someone to tell me that I was stressing them out. That's what I was doing. Stress is contagious. If you don't address your own stress, you're going to stress everybody else out. And while it looks like you believe that no one can tell that you are stressed, you are. Someone said, what's on your head? Nola hasn't seen me this morning. Good morning, Sabrina. Stress is contagious. It is contagious. It is contagious. I had to demonstrate what it looks like to give you a physical representation of what it looks like. Y'all know I don't never have my brush at my desk because I come here with my wigs combed intact. So how do you feel now? Sabrina, if you didn't catch the first part, when you get a moment, you can go back and watch the beginning so that you'll have context to this moment. So ... if you're thinking, brain, for the time you came on this morning, you were killing me. Thank goodness you are back to being your regular self. I can go back. I can kill y'all for the rest of the live. I can kill y'all for the rest of the live. I can go back to it. It's not hard to tease it back up again. And why was it killing you, Regina? What part of it was killing you? I was not liking your stress version. Why not? Why didn't you like stress, Dr. Donna? Kevin and Lola, are y'all there? No need to go back. What was it? Did you have your amygdala hijacked? What was taking place for you? Notice I did the background on purpose, same shirt and everything, so you could see what I was supposed to look like when I'm not stressed. See, I'm not stressed. I'm happy. I'm proving a point with my normal self. Kevin and Nola, are you all there? Remember ... I actually was feeling stressed watching you. Kevin said, I'm on ChatGPT trying to find the words to express how I felt. Yes, my amygdala was off the chain. I was about ready to leave this AM. Yeah, that's all it took, Regina. After all we've been through, baby, you just gonna leave me when I'm down and out. When I'm down and out, see? You ain't here for me. You said it earlier, scroll up. All I have is no questions. Did you touch the electricity this morning? And wow. Wow, that's all it took, Regina. Damn. I can't even get a pass this morning. I can't get a perimenopause pass. You had just finished your yoga, and here I go. Here I go. Kevin said, I always said I was going to ride with you until the wheels fell off. I thought the damn wheels came off. I didn't see what else you said, Nola. It didn't come through, sweetie. Oh, I had accepted my fate. I thought it was going to be like this the whole time. Okay, got it. I was not liking your stress version. Okay, so I did that on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. And Regina, you sent me a note to see if I was okay. You emailed it to me. I did. I'm good. I got a new selfie light. I got a new fan. I'm actually doing good, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. I got some almonds caught in my throat, but I'm doing well. I still have all my snacks. So here, so y'all can do a wellness check on me. I got some almonds, if you could see them in my hand. So I'm good to go. I am definitely, and here is my decaf coffee and my 2 waters as well, okay? So everybody, I'm good. And my new fan is chilling over here with the Lowe's. Got me a new fan. and it is blowing amazingly. I feel like I'm a celebrity on stage. Okay. So now y'all can see I should now you see why I went to go do some acting, right? Kevin, don't talk about my one movie. I was in bad, I had bad script, bad director. The point is that I needed you to feel what stress feels like when the stressed person is doing stress transference to you and they won't deal with their own shit. They're not gonna deal with it. You gonna be stressed too, because they're stressed. I have one ingrown hair, and I made y'all feel it as if y'all like, well, damn, can we get to Las Vegas and get the who got some tweezers? Pull it out. Just get rid of it. Pull it out. Pull it out. Why? And that's what happens. That's what stress looks like. Even when people can be perfectly coiffed, but that energy from that stress is transferring to you, and you are stressed too. And that's what's happening. Thank you. Thank you. And this morning I was trying to figure out what could I do to represent the stress. And I remember this background that you see, that's the desktop for my phone. So I can remind myself every day that this is what I'm doing. So I said, hey, let's just recreate this so you can see me. Y'all could definitely see at least the one at the top. That's what I'm supposed to look like. And so you had this contrast of me stressed the hell out to somebody that came on talking about Coleman. What the hell happened? What the heliante? And now you can see this is not me. And it didn't feel it, because I could have just came on here and still talked, and then the hair wouldn't have bothered you, because it just would have been a warning sign, like a little But to have it, and then for me to yell at Nola, yell at the birds, y'all know I'm like, oh, the birds are chirping. Oh, don't pay no attention to them. They're just doing stuff outside at the golf course. And then I just keep it moving. But the intensity of it all, and the fan and the hot flash and all of that, was to demonstrate to you that that is what stress is doing to everybody. Everybody is doing stress transference. Everybody. I'm stressed, so I'm going to just say it and make you stressed. And I'm going to just pass it on like a game of fucking tag. Stress tag. Boom, 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 boom. And so in that moment, ladies and gentlemen, who could access their frontal lobe? Who could access their frontal lobe in that moment? By the time Regina was about to leave, because I had messed up her whole savasana and everything, and I was waiting. I wanted to see if somebody was going to say, you stressing me out. Because that's be honest. That's holding me accountable. I'm stressed. Stop. You're stressing me out now. Because that's what holding people personally accountable. And I hope that somebody was going to do it. But if people had just rolled out like Kevin and Nola, like, I'm going to just be here, she going to let this pass. That's why I have my brush here to brush my hair back down, just in case. But if not, then I was going to do that all the way to the end. And I would have gave you all this information, but you wouldn't have been able to receive it completely because your amygdalas were hijacked. So who could rationally keep taking notes about what I was saying? Everybody, no, I ain't got no questions. I'm good. You good, Doc? Keep it pushing. All right, what's the next one? And that's the whole point as you type, because I know there's a delay of you hearing it and then typing it. But I wanted to cut off complete access to your frontal lobe. I wanted to do that for you this morning. That's my gift to you. Or enough of it, where you couldn't, you was taking notes, but you was like, well, I ain't gonna ask you what number 6 was. Maybe I'll look at it on the replay. So, or if we could do a number on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you had complete access to your frontal lobe, was 0 to 10. 0, you didn't have any access. 10, you had complete access. Where inside of that were you with accessing your frontal lobe? That would probably be better, unless you already started typing your answer. Regina, my notes were hijacked. At some point, I stopped looking at you and walked away and listened to your voice in order to take notes. But my notes are really jammed up too. And my amazing offspring said 10. You had complete access to your frontal lobe, Nola? When I first logged in and saw it, I had already had 5 questions in the queue to send. But then I said, hold up, let's play this movie out. Okay. So, Regina, do you need me to go back over anything? Because there is time. So, do you need me to? Yes, I'm used to your antics. Okay, got it. Roger that. She has seen me give speeches and switch over. So, for her, it wasn't. I've done 8.125. Okay, cool. Got it. Well, Regina, I apologize. And Lola, too, if it stressed you out while you were listening. I needed to demonstrate the point. And so everybody has some type of response or reaction to what was taking place. So, Regina, let me know if I need to repeat anything for you. I want your notes intact because you need that information. But I feel like you also had a great. Okay, yes, ma'am. And Nola says she's seen my acting as well. Okay, so Regina, the first two are in why is it difficult to eliminate stress? Uncontrollable factors. Uncontrollable factors. So it's many stressors like MANY, not MINI. So many stressors like job pressures, financial problems, or health issues are outside of your control. Uncontrollable factors, many stressors like job pressures, financial problems, or health issues are outside of your control. And then number 2, chronic exposure. Chronic exposure. Repeated or long-term exposure to stress makes it harder to recover or find relief. Chronic exposure. Repeated or long-term exposure to stress makes it harder to recover or find relief. Let me know if you haven't. And now we're going to talk about how to eliminate stress. How to eliminate stress. And I also received your emails and I looked at them this morning, Regina, as well. I will respond later this morning. I was preparing myself. I had to get in character. Okay. So how to eliminate or minimize stress. Number 1, hold yourself and others personally accountable on the daily basis. That's number 1. Hold yourself and others personally accountable on the daily basis. That's number 1. All of you had the right to say, listen, Dr. Donna, what's up with this? Why are you trying to what's going on? You need to get your feelings dashboard out. Let's stop, understand what you're feeling, what are you feeling? Why are you feeling it? And what you getting ready to do about it? Because you over here passing out stress mints and we good. We don't want none. We don't want none. You want us to come to your pity party and all of that. We're not here for that. We're here to learn about stress, not sit through you stressing us the hell out. Number 2, say no often. And I haven't mentioned this in a while, but 9 out of 10 times you need to be saying no to people. Because by saying no to them, you're saying yes to you. You can say no and no more. Okay? So every time you say yes, and I have a Dr. Donna quote and video that says, and it probably a tweet as well, you sitting in all your yeses. You are sitting in everything that you said yes to or you complicitly accepted. That's what you're doing. So if you don't like it, then that's on you. And if you can turn a previous yes into a current no, just like you can turn a previous no into a current yes. So if you don't like your life, you say yes to that shit. You say yes. You actually said yes. So if you don't like it and it's stressing you out, now you need to say no. And no is a shorter word than yes. It's 1 letter less. So say no. Say no. No and no more. That's what you can do. But if you keep saying yes, then you're going to keep being stressed. Let me type that. That's a quote. Okay. Number 3. So number 2 was say no often, 9 out of 10 times. That's real leader math. Number 3, protect your personal time. And Kevin, we had this brief conversation yesterday when you were saying you need to get back to that. That's self-reflection time. Protect your personal time. And I've given you suggestions. If you live in a house with other people, all you got to do is say, I'm about to take a nap. Get the cleaning supplies out, put them in a centrally located space so everybody else in the house can see them. And say, I'm about to take a nap. Wake me up. So when I get up from my nap, we're going to clean. You got a 3-hour nap right there. Right there. right there. Or get the laundry together. Everybody, we're going to start doing the laundry. Gone. I'm going to start this I'm about to do laundry, but I'm going to take a quick power nap. Wake me up, and then we're going to all do laundry. We're going to clean up the house. We're going to clean out the garage. We're going to do some landscaping, and people are going to leave you alone. Pick the thing that don't nobody in the house want to do and say, I'm about to take a nap, wake me up, and watch how long you get some personal time. So protect your personal time. If you got to go in the bathroom, turn the shower on, don't take a shower. Just sit there, put some earbuds in, listen to your music, and read a book. Sit in the chair, on the toilet, on the counter, whatever. Get your personal time in. When I worked at Frito-Lay and the motherfuckers was stressing me out, I would leave and walk around the mall. I got to go. I'll be back. And I would literally walk around the mall, go get me an Annie's Espresso, sit down, and people watch, and then go back. Because I'm like, I'm going to catch a case or I'm going to eat a pretzel. One of those two things are about to happen. Okay, oh Lord, I numbered these wrong. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 of them. All right, number 3 was protect your personal time. Number 4, recognize stress when it's at its lowest level and address it in that moment. Recognize stress when it's at its lowest level in that moment. When y'all saw my hair looking like Albert Einstein, kind of Don King hybrid, then you should be like, hey, Doc, what's going on? What's going on? And then y'all let me just let it happen and just let it unfold. And it just got bigger and bigger to the point where Regina was about to just say, I'm good. I don't want to listen to this. I'm questioning personal accountability and everything else. It was, hey, tap, tap, tap. What's wrong with you? We ain't never seen this. We didn't see the ugly cry, but what the hell is this? Okay, this is different. This doesn't look good on you. Stress don't look good on nobody. So neither does envy or jealousy. So recognize the stress when it's at the lowest level and address it then. Hey, what's going on with your hair? What's happening here? This is a manifestation of something going on the inside. What's taking place with you? Okay, do you have a brush? Do we need to do a health and wellness check? Nola, do you need to go in the other room and check on her? What's happening? Okay, number 5, handle conflict when it occurs. The longer it sits, the more stressful it gets. If you don't address the thing that's stressing you out, the internal conflict, the external conflict, if you don't address it, it's going to get messier and messier and messier and messier and stressful and stressful and stressier and stressier and stressier. So when it's a little bit tiny match and it ain't really causing no problems, address that conflict, because that is going to stress you all the way out. Number 6, avoid amygdala hijacks. If you needed to leave Regina for the sake of your own doggone hijacked amygdala, go ahead. Someone left personal accountability because they said my new format when we first got on YouTube and all of the people were coming on, it was just too much. It had changed too much and they needed to value their peace. And I respected that and said, okay, cool, got it. You got to go. But this is growth. This is what's going to have to happen for us to get on the other side. It was bumpy the last week of January with all the trolls and everybody coming. And when trolls show up, I'm going to show out. I get rid of a lot of them, but sometimes you have to address that, especially when you're doing something new. So that person has gone on to do other things, and Godspeed to them. But we are here doing Neuropability. So if something is going to hijack your amygdala, then you got to do what's best for you in all situations. And then number 7, you're going to repeat steps 1 through 6 as often as needed. You're going to repeat steps 1 through 6 as often as needed. So number 1, hold yourself and others personally accountable on a daily basis. That's going to minimize stress for real, for real. Number 2, say no often. 9 out of 10 times you need to be saying no to other people so you can say yes to yourself. Number 3 is protect your personal time. That is the time that you have for yourself for a day that you are never, ever, ever, ever going to see again. So yeah, you're going to get some me time in every single day. Number 4, recognize stress when it's at the lowest level possible and address it in a moment. Think of it as a match. A match ain't shit. Doggone Pompeii, volcanic ass, doggone eruptions is toxic and people gonna really have a problem. So when it's just a match, you can just blow it out. Not even a lighter, but a match. And you address it at that level, then you don't get to me looking like Einstein and Don King mix. And then number 5, so you want to handle conflict when it occurs. The longer it sits, the more stressful it gets. The longer it sits, that's where the stress comes from, because a little bitty conflictual problem, just a little small thing, and everybody ignored it. And now they can't ignore it because it's the elephant in the room. Number 6, avoid amygdala hijacks at all costs. You're not going to hijack my amygdala. I don't care if you gave birth to the person, married the person gave birth to you, whatever it is, do not allow them to hijack your amygdala. And then number 7, repeat steps 1 through 6 as often as needed. And here's the final. So what questions do you have or comments about how to eliminate or minimize stress before I move on? There must be something in the air now because I didn't have any more almonds. And I already did my nasal rinse. Yes, no, I like my new fan. I'm cooling. We are cooling. Just cooling. Virginia, you told me to get a personal fan. I think it might have been a little one too, but this bad boy right here, my other one was like 5 years old. So it was not, when I turned it off, it would go ha, 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 ha. You was really slow eliminating your stress this morning. Got them all. Okay, great. And I think I was in Grok this morning, and I was asked the question, how to eliminate or minimize stress. I was like, yeah, I don't like those. And then I went back to my book and I was like, yeah, I can update those. So these were Dr. Donna originals this morning, all 6 of these. Yeah. So, all right, last thing. Unaccountable people create stress. Unaccountable people create stress, and that's what I wanted to demonstrate this morning at the beginning of the live. I was completely 1,000% unaccountable. I could have got some tweezers and got this little ingrown hair out. I could have put some alcohol on it. I could have not said anything, but here I am bringing all my stresses to y'all, the noise outside and everything else. I'm just going to make y'all feel my stress. That is unaccountable. I'm just going to do the dump and run and make you feel it too. I'm stressed, so you don't get to be happy. You don't get to be calm, cool, and collected. And it is so much contagious. So if you think about all of our stress in life, it's from unaccountable people. Unaccountable people doing unaccountable things, to include even if you're having health challenges. There's a way to deliver health news that is not good and not do it. So there are ways that you can say, hey, you know what? We got to do some tests. The test came back and no, there's no reason to be concerned at this stage yet. We're just going to keep doing it. And then if you get that notification that, hey, it's time to go, you just say, hey, well, let's talk about life. What did you accomplish in your life? Let's just look at that. Let's look at everything that you did while you were here and how much things you're going to leave behind. But that's not what happens. Doctors are concerned with malpractice suits, so they just give you the facts and walk away. You're not making anybody any promises. You're just delivering news that it's palatable for you and your family as you transition life. Nobody makes it out alive. But oh my God, and all the people that get bad news, they're mad because they sat on their ass and they didn't do anything. I thought I had more time. I thought that you did. You had 80 fucking years. The hell you mean? 90 years. You 102. What else you want to do? You 76. You are 52. You had thousands and thousands of days. What the hell do you mean you didn't have time? You did. So you didn't do anything about it. And I have always been the best patient in my life, even with my surgery, even when I woke up and then my stomach wound, I'm like, oh, okay, got it. So, and even after I lost the doggone 18 pounds from 13 days of NPO, I'm gonna have to get 5 teeth extracted. I'm literally coming out the anesthesia and everything. They're wheeling me to the car, and I'm the dental assistant is helping me in the car. First thing I ask her is, how'd I do? I want an AAR review. What do I mean? How'd I do? I went and I woke up, and then my mouth was packed, and that was it. And then it was Nola went to go get my the prescription filled. I forgot what it was for. She went to go get some Tylenol, and I was still coming out of anesthesia, and I could feel the blood in my mouth. And I thought about her car. I was like, I can't spit in her car. So I opened the door and I spit on the side. All the blood came out. And I got back in the car again. I know that's a travesty, but I'm coming out of anesthesia. I was like, I just didn't want to mess up your car. I know, my mouth is bleeding, but I didn't want to mess up your car. So even in my coming out of anesthesia and everything else, I'm still attempting to be the best patient possible. I tell them all the time, I'm gonna be your easiest customer, I'm gonna be your easiest patient all day long. But unaccountable people gonna create stress. That fear and everything else, you gonna feel it. And then sometimes it's you, and sometimes it's other people too. So sometimes you're being unaccountable and other people are being unaccountable, and together y'all have created this unaccountable stew, and stress is emanating out of it. But that is the root cause. If we look at the root cause of all of our stress, grass growing. Yes, Regina lives in Florida. I used to live in Florida. The rain comes, and is it like, dang, we got to cut the grass again? But not to the point where you're like, oh my God, I got to cut the grass. The natural things, you get a mosquito bite, you're like, okay, it itches, but not to the point where somebody didn't just ruined your whole week with some dumb shit. Now they got to move in with you or something. So it is the main stressor, I would say, and I haven't done the research, but I'd say it's over 90% of your daily stressors are coming from unaccountable people. Appointment could be going great with us. We get all the way to the end, and the final piece to put it on has a dent. It's missing. It's broken. It's going to be on the part that shows. And then now we have to figure out what to do. And that's why we stopped doing those 7th Avenue couches, because their whole supply chain is screwed up right now. So it's a no for us. But that's where the stress is actually coming from. You were having an Einstein moment at the beginning. It was my first time watching, and I would have watched and listened, then went and looked and at some of your other posts to understand you. Oh, you said this was my first time. Regina said, I do think that the lack of transparency when someone is facing major health concerns or death makes it more difficult for the patient to accept this reality. Yes. I think so too, having been on both ends of it. Yes, ma'am. And that's why be honest is so important. Be honest is so important, but because of all of the, HIPAA and all these other things, it just makes it complicated. And I read Ariana Huffington's book, and what she said is people don't actually have a death plan themselves. You have a will for when you're not here, what's going to happen to all your stuff. But people, and if you do not resuscitate, the rest of the family is mad. They want to keep you all, just keep coming to listen, look at you while you're there and everything else. And it's your choice how you want to, when it's time to go, how do you want to go? And she said her mother just put on a dress. They told her to stay. She's do hospice. She said, I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to be with my family. And that was her choice. And because, and my mother said this, because I was like, I don't like funerals. I'm not having no funeral. Fuck that. I donate my body to science. Let them do some work on it, figure out why I'm not here anymore or whatever. And my mother said this, that the funeral is for the living so that they can close it out and mourn. But here's what I'm saying. Your personal responsibility is to leave things behind. When the Bible tells us, I'm a Christian, leave a legacy for your children, somehow capitalism says that's money. But you're not here. Who the fuck cares about money if you're not here? So you're supposed to leave things that say that you were here. Now we get to have video footages and photos and legacies and things that you made, things that you touched. That's the legacy that you leave behind. And it's not this whole notion of, well, I don't have a will with nothing, so I'm going to leave them the house. A tornado can come and take that house away. But what is it? The stories that you pass down and the wisdom and everything else, that's what the legacy is. That's what the personal legend is all about. And you haven't done that. So you spent the life, you went to school, you worked, you retired, and then you died. You sat down for 20 years and did absolutely nothing. And now you're not here. And now you're saying, I'm not ready to go. But you weren't ready to live either. So what was the doggone point? So when you live life and you've done so many things, you die on E, you're like, I'm finished. I did everything I needed to do. The end. Finn. Now you have this legacy, this body of work, these lives that you've impacted, and people that are here saying you made a difference in their life. Virginia, you were a teacher for over 40 years. All those students that you came in contact with, that's a personal legend. That's a legacy as well. So this whole notion of, I don't want to die, nobody gets out of life alive. We all got an end date. Every last one of us, we're not going to be here forever. Even people that live to be 100 or something, they're not here no more either. So the point is, be okay. Make peace with, and even if you have to have this long-term illness, there's still lessons in that until you're no longer here. So when you start to accept that, it makes living simpler, because at some point you're not going to be here. And it's difficult for doctors to do because we can't connect with people because we haven't made peace with it ourselves. And that's where the personalness of personal accountability comes in. When you got reflection time and you know who you are, you have the ability. Every time I go to my primary care physician appointment, I end up mentoring her. She's younger than me. She's a millennial, new mom, and all this. I end up telling her something. Then she ended up telling me something about medicine. And then we leave. And we have this exchange every time we sit down. So it's an interesting dynamic. That's what's supposed to happen when you are connecting with people all the time. So instead of passing on stress, pass on personal accountability. Make them want this thing that you have. Like, damn, how you got this peace that surpasses all understanding no matter what? When Nola goes into appointments with previous clients or clients that's inassembled and not in task rabbit anymore, they forget. She comes in and looks at everything. First thing they say is, where's mom? Where's mom? Where's mom? And she's like, I'm here. I'm here to do the work. But if I walked in first, they'd be like, where's Nola? What you do? You don't know how to put this shit together. We can interact with you, but no. And that's just interesting dynamic that there is this exchange that takes place beyond service and payment. That's what is supposed to be taking place. That's what community actually is about. That's what Maslow's hierarchy of needs, level 3, was supposed to be about. But these stuck beliefs and these things got us stressed the hell out to the point where you're like, I can't. I can't. Okay. So stress, self-inflicted stress for anybody. Procrastination. If you wait to the last minute and now you stress the hell out because you waited to the last minute, that's going to be a problem for you and for everybody on the receiving end of your procrastination. Avoiding conflict. Every time you avoid conflict, it's stressful because it's building and the pot is going to boil over at some point. Comfort zones. Comfort zones cause you, when you got to get out of, if you've been in your comfort zone 20 years and it's time for you to get out, you're going to be stressed and you're going to do what I did at the beginning of this live and you're going to make everybody else stressed too because you didn't fix you first and you didn't deal with your own shit. Next is a fixed mindset. And we talked about that earlier yesterday or late last week. You got this fixed mindset, nothing ain't going to change. And so the fixed mindset says computers, AI. I mean, Regina is using GPT. Kevin is using it now. I'm using it. Other people have already started using it. I finally broke down and got a selfie light with a doggone mic coming. I just don't want that mic on my neck, but the other one make me feel like I'm. Anyway, I opted for the lavalier mic instead. It should be here today. So I have a selfie light now. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't want all that shit. I want, okay, but you got to have it. So got it. Roger that. Anyway, fixed mindset says, no, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. And that stresses you out. My stepfather refused to learn how to write. He refused to learn how to do anything technology. And now he got us over there stressing us the hell out because now some old other baby boomer that sent it to him in the wrong format. He got this old ass computer that can't open it up. And it's just this stress factor. His damn phone was so old that the app store on his phone closed before he finally went and got a damn iPhone. Insane. Fixed mindset. Negativity bias. We all know we hardwired for negativity bias. Negativity bias stresses you out because you looking for the fucking problem as soon as you wake up, and then you stressing yourself out about the problem that you looked up. You looked it up and it stressed you out, and now you like, it's so terrible out here. Just but you went and saw it out. You sought it out. You didn't scroll past it. You didn't click out of it. You turned the news on. You could have turned on. Most people have a smart TV now or access to a YouTube app. You could have just had running water in the background while you got ready in the morning and you was cooking. You put some jazz, some classical music on. You the one turned on ABC, NBC, and CBS, CNN, Fox News, all that other stuff, ESPN, with all that hollering back and forth. And now you stressed, and now you mad, and now you transferring that stress to other people. Negativity bias. The isms. Racism, sexism, classism, genderisms, and all these other isms will stress you out too. If you the wrong ism sitting in the wrong room, you going to be stressed. And they going to be stressed because they can't say what they want to say because your ism ass is in the room with them and they want to just be like, hey. Oh, no, we can't say that. We can't say that. We got a woman in the room. We can't say that. We can't say that. We got a man in the room. The isms. And then the biases, conformity bias, gender bias, ageism was another one, doggone beautyism. So you put all of the isms and the biases together, and everybody is stressed for some manufactured shit from negativity bias that never, ever, ever had to come into existence. It never, ever, ever had to be here. And finally, and most importantly, is fear. A hijacked amygdala is going to stress everybody out. One person's fear can destroy a room full of people with faith if they let them. If they let their amygdalas be hijacked, cut off access to the frontal lobe, and they're gonna forget who they is, and everybody is gonna jump in with the fear on one side or the other. You right, you wrong. You shouldn't be afraid. You got me afraid, and it's gonna be a mess. So self-inflicted stressors, procrastination, avoiding conflict, comfort zones, fixed mindset, negativity biases, the isms, the other biases, and the fear. And the reason why I separate negativity biases from the other biases is because that's the one that's hardwired. Everything else is a neural pathway that you create over time. But that negativity bias might as well be like your heart and your lungs and everything else. You was born with it. Definitely born with the negativity bias. And you have to do your job to prune it, eradicate it, excavate it, and get rid of it on your own. Now, self-inflicted stress is contagious, and that's what I said. Once Virginia said, "You stressing me out. You stressing me out, Dr. Donna." It is contagious, and this is how stressful situations are created and maintained. Let me just wake up. What is this? Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, I got my sips of stress this morning. Come on, I'm ready. What's your stress? Let's exchange stresses. Instead of we used to do gift exchanges and all of that. Nah, you do, if you had a corporate job, you did the white elephant Christmas gifts and all that. We just exchange it. Here's your stress gift for today. Well, here's yours. Well, thank you so much for my stress. Now, let me add to you. Hold up. Let me put a stress bow on top of that. I ain't finished yet. Let me hear it. Now, here go a big old giant box of stress. Open it up one at a time. One at a time. Like, open up one of them every hour, because I got like 7 stress boxes inside that big box. So I just want to make sure every hour you got a new stress. Yeah. It's time release. It really is. Yeah. Now I got, so by the end of the day, you get home. Don't nobody talk to me. I don't want, no, I need a minute. I need a minute. I need wine. I need Hennessy. I need vodka. I need a little toot, a little toke. I need something. I can't deal with it. But you don't want to open up all them damn stress boxes. So holding yourself and others personally accountable daily will eliminate and minimize stress. Holding yourself personally accountable and then saying, wait, is that stress? Oh, hell no. Nope. Get it away. Get it away. And create the least amount of stress in your life on the day-to-day basis. So what questions do you have about self-inflicted stress? If it was clear, if I need to repeat something, please let me know, because now all we're doing is the last 2 questions of the day. I hate when it happens. And are y'all thinking? Can someone type ... so I know that the chat has not been enabled, and I'll get to the end, and now I gotta finish this out. Thank you, Regina. She becoming. I like to see the little brain. I think it's cool. Should be riding 65 horses. Let me reveal the results of the poll question. I think that's the most answers. Be honest, do you eliminate stress? 64% said yes, and 35% said no. I'm gonna push this button. You're probably gonna see my bed. No, okay. So it was the background. That I was just saying what that did. That's you couldn't because of the green screen. But yeah. I wonder what that camera button does. I don't want to press it yet because there you go. What does this do? Retouch. I don't want to retouch. Oh, it make you look like. Oh, so it make you, this stuff don't look as. Got it. What apps? Okay. All right, Regina, from personal experience, I know eliminating stress involved a personal decision and commitment to become a healthier, wiser, and happier person. Had to remove myself from the environment. Yes, and that is what takes place, is that you have to pick you first above all else. And it's not an easy thing to do because stuck malies and stins and all of the conformity bias, confirmation bias, and all of that will keep you there longer than you need to remain there. I saw the writing on the wall at 2 years into my marriage and said, I'm not going to keep rinsing and repeating this. And I was correct. My ex-husband is the exact same person that he was when I met him in May of 2001. And I would have had to be the exact same person that he met in May of 2001. And clearly, I am so not her at all. I had just had my frontal lobe for 3 years. Once I did that, I could recognize what it felt like not to live constantly in a hijacked amygdala. Right, and that's that chronic exposure that I was talking about. Why is it so difficult to eliminate stress? Because it's just repeated, and then you just say, that's just the way it is. This is just how life is. This is what I was born into, and now I got to stay in this situation because I said yes to it. But you get to say no. If you say yes to it, you get to say no to it, especially if it's no longer a fit for you. And life evolves and people change or people don't. And you can stay stuck. But I'm just not going to be over there for it. Not at all. And people don't actually want to stay stuck. And we've talked about this too. But leaving, there's so much uncertainty, and the brain naturally doesn't like uncertainty. That's like, I'm not going to leave because I can't predict that. But this is a shit show. This you can predict. And again, as we saw, if you had to live with me at the like I was in the live like I was on the live in the beginning, how you gonna become your best? How you gonna do anything if that is just there all the time? When you come to work or you come home, you interact with that version of me. You can't pop. You're just looking for relief. I just want to veg out. I just want to watch something. I just want to go to a concert. I don't feel like doing nothing else because the amount of willpower it takes to interact is no bueno. Okay, 2 questions on the table is what did you learn today and what did you learn about yourself? What did you learn today and what did you learn about yourself? Kevin, learned if you let the movie play out, you'll avoid self-induced stress. Definitely don't let it be contagious. Let that person have their moment. And know that you didn't create it, you didn't cause it, so you can't cure it. Al-Anon. That's the one thing about when you're dealing with addicts. They got you thinking that you can fix them. I can't fix you. I didn't cause it. I didn't create it, so I can't cure it. I can't control it either. And while you all are answering, I did ask, I know ChatGPT and Grok are sick of my ass because they're like, we don't know. I'm like, no, you do know. So today I asked the combined question of who is the top person that teaches leadership, personal accountability, and about the brain for you to become your best. And they said there is no top person, but we got some constellation prizes for you. Nola said, I learned that stress is contagious. So we have Shirzad Shemaine or Shemaine, and he has a PQ program, positiveintelligence.com. He's an instructor at Stanford. And then there is the Neural Leadership Institute with David and Lisa Rock, neuralleadership.com. And I read all that they do and how many people they've impacted. David and Lisa have impacted 12 million people. So theirs is corporate. They have 50,000 neural leadership coaches around the world. They've impacted 12 million people at corporations. And then Shirzad Shemaine is, I think he's at 1 million people that he's impacted. And so his is individual. And then David and Lisa Rock are corporate. And so in theory, if you hear that, if you read it in Grok is where I was. But then if you go to the website, yeah, no, because I'm like, but if it's 12 million people, it's 1 million, that's 14 million people. Why are we not actually experiencing what they're saying that we should experience? And here is what I went to both pages before I came here, because I'm saying, okay, these people actually exist. And if you read it, we are, in theory, all of us are attempting to do the same thing, address the amygdala, unaccountable behaviors. They both have, one person has an app, and they're showing you how you can be personally accountable and use leadership and use neural leadership is what they're calling it. And here's my answer, but let me see what your answers are. Regina said, I learned that eliminating stress requires me being personally accountable. Yes. And Kevin said, I've become better at managing stress and eliminating it. And so I'm doing this market research. I'm sharing this with you so that in the event you start doing something and you want to find out what's already in the market, because you want to make it better, you want to make it cheaper, you want to know where the holes are in the marketplace so you're not hustling on a crowded block, even if it is educational. That's part of the reason why I'm sharing all of this with you, because I could just get it done, see, no, whatever, that's not that. But there is this alternative education, because you don't know what you may be doing 10 years from now. And 10 years from now, you may need this actual information. And the thing that's missing, and we have Jim Quick, and then the other guy for question behind the question. And so I'm looking and I'm saying, but it's what's missing. Even Kevin, you say yesterday, but he's not Dr. Donna. And here is what I believe is missing. The people that are doing this aren't living this completely in all of its totality. And Regina, you mentioned transparency and medical appointments and everything else. And it's the inauthenticness from everybody. So yes, it sounds good. Yes, you can do it. Yes, it will work. But it's not going to get, if you go to the dentist and you need a root canal and they clean your teeth, you still gonna need a root canal. So there's still gonna be pain there because that nerve is there, that tooth, the rotting of it is still there. So I feel like everybody is cleaning your teeth instead of doing root canals. So you can't use all of those things to the successful level because you haven't gone underneath yourself and actually done the work. So while it could work, and if you apply it, but somehow it's like, but I'm not at my best. I'm not at my best. That's what's missing for me when I keep looking at it, is I'm saying, but that's not what you do when after this is over. I do this when this is over. I do this I'm literally everything I say and do, I'm gonna be at an appointment saying it and doing it and everything else. This is me. Nobody is looking at me and saying, why her fake ass is that ain't what she do. She over here prim and proper. No, it's absolutely 100% me. And that is the missing component. So you got to ask yourself, well, if it's 12 million people that went through these programs, where are these 12 million people at in organizations and corporations? Why do we still experience what we're experiencing? And if this person has 1 million and he's from Stanford, where are these 13 million personally accountable people paying it forward? That's my question. 25 years over here, 10, 20 years over there, 30 years over here. Where is this global impact that you say that you have? And it's something that people do. And I'm about to read your answer, Regina, Nola's answer. And I had somebody yesterday ask me a question about how to get feedback on what he asked on Threads. And I told him, he said constructive. How to be constructive, how to do something constructively. Criticism is what he asked. And I said, this is the definition of criticism, this is feedback, and this is how you do it. I gave him steps. And he came back and said, okay, but how do you do that personally? And I said, it works both ways. So what's happening is people don't understand that people go to work. People go to school. People send their children to school. And people used to laugh at MPs and say, y'all got the most fucked up soldiers in the world. I said, you seen civilian cops? Where do you think they coming from? We ain't fucking magicians. We got them from y'all. We got them from y'all, dusted them off, and did the best that we could do. So you take you wherever you go. And we've seen people in corporate jobs and high-level positions kick ass at work and come home and they can't tell their kids how to clean their rooms because there is this shut-off. Okay, my personal life is good, but I'm a terrible employee. And I'm saying you got to bring it all together. It can't be separate. You can't separate the brain from personal accountability, from leadership, from whatever, because we take us wherever we go. And yes, you have different hats. It's situationally dependent. That's what my dissertation was about. But you collectively got to do it all. It is situationally dependent. And I think that separation is where I come into this pre-existing system. It has to come together. I am the conduit to marry all these things to give it back to people so that you have this cohesive existence personally and professionally, and you get to it. If you don't deal with the personal, it's still stopping you at your highest level. It's the reason why Sean Diddy Combs is on trial right now. Great musician. He had a bunch of shit he needed to work out and he didn't. And now the world is shocked. It's the personal shit. It's always the personal. So if you don't address the personal, the professional ain't gonna matter. Bill Cosby, not gonna matter how good the Cosby Show was. Those women that were on the receiving end of his pill incidents don't feel that way. So it is the personal. The personal has to get fixed first. Fix you first, and then it fixes a lot. Don't try to put a Band-Aid on an open sucking chest wound because you're going to bleed out. It's not going to work. Okay. No, Regina said, for myself, I've learned that I don't like amygdala feeling stress. This reminder helped me appreciate how much life has changed for the better. Awesome. Very much glad that I could do that for you this morning before you left me for good. Okay. And then Nola, I learned about myself. I don't absorb other people's stress. Right. Because you have ADD. So you couldn't absorb it if you wanted to, but you still put it out there. We've had conversations about that as well. And so today what I've learned is that there are organizations out there. Again, that's why I like ChatGPT and Grok. You're not getting me to not use it. They're probably sick of me using it, but we'll get there. We'll come to a common ground. And what I've also would like to say is that stress is contagious. I keep saying it. I said it. You felt it. So when you are stressed, it is your responsibility to pull out that feelings PDF, look at it. What am I feeling? Stressed. Why am I stressed? Because X, Y, and Z. And what am I getting ready to do about it? I simply had to just calm down, brush my wig, and call it a day. And it was over. And we finished out the live like we finish out every other live. But that is what's happening. And so now you have a physical representation of how it feels and what it looks like. Something is off in that person. That's not what they normally look like. That's not what they normally sound like. They are stressed. And that is a plea, a cry, because sometimes people can't say, I'm stressed. So you can look and say, hey, what's going on? What's taking place? This is not your normal day-to-day behavior, and check on them and see what's actually happening. And now, if it's somebody that's just always stressed, no, fix you first. You need to hold yourself personally accountable. But if it's an anomaly or one-off, check on them, because this is just something that has gotten to the point where it's manifesting itself on the outside and you can physically see it, because it happens on the inside way sooner than you ever see it. So if it's made it all the way to the outside, it's definitely a problem that needs to be resolved. It's no longer a match. It literally is Pompeii. And at that point, you all did, Kevin, you getting ready to send a message. Nola's like, I done seen this before. She's doing this on purpose. And then Regina, you done checked and everything. That's what needs to happen. And that's what personal accountability is like. And so that's why you have to stay in your frontal lobe so that the hijacked amygdala person can calm down too and go, okay, let me brush my hair. Let me get my ish together. So thank you for your time today. for yourself, investing in yourself. Now you know more about stress. Now you know how to resolve it for yourself, stop it, and eliminate it if you see it in other people, and dismiss it totally if the person or persons want to continue to be stressed. Okay, cool. Y'all be stressed over there. I'm getting ready to go have peace and woosah. I will be back tomorrow. God willing, higher power in the universe. Same time, same place, safe space, different brain t-shirt. You all go off and have a terrific Tuesday. Take care.